Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome back to the Morning View. It's another one for you, and it is nearly match day again because the games just keep coming. That's just what it is right now. We have to keep going. We have to bounce back from the Arsenal game. We've got a lot of transfer news already as well. And you know what? We knew this would start happening with certain players, especially because Ruben Amorim hasn't bought anyone yet, just got through the door. January's fast approaching next month. So it's all going to start ramping up. All the rumours, all the sagas, all the journalists are going to start going, right, I need to find out what's going on or maybe what's not going on. Start, not engagement farming, probably a little bit of a strong phrase for them. I'm not saying they're just chatting shit, but just, they got to get back involved because everyone's going to want to not start knowing about transfers, and especially at Man United, given
the
that
stories have got to start storying.
They've got to start from now, Owen. They've got to start from now. You lot know what it is, though, with the roll call straight away. You lot know what to do. Let's get the first 100 likes in there as well. Hopefully, Owen, I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully there's no gremlins because I can see a few things happening.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, but
all
it's
right,
fine.
perfect.
It's fine.
Cool.
We are fine.
We are good. We are good. We got 57 likes straight away. Let's get the first 100 in straight away. And we've got 343 of you inside the door. So that's going to keep rising. Court Star says, morning UV fan. Quick 100 likes. Come on, peeps, says Daniel Luciano. Decryptor says, hit the like button, peeps. And Nessie, and quite fittingly says, rest in peace, Kath, as well. The really, really sad news that Kathy, the extraordinary, been an extraordinary servant to this football club. She passed away yesterday. Every United fan from far and wide, whether you've been to Old Trafford or Carrington or you haven't, we all know who Kathy is. Been here for 55 years at the club. I mean, that is just unbelievable. And, I saw Marcel post a really nice picture of him, Charlie and Cam, I think it was. Because Kathy often, when we're finishing up or filming where we film, you guys see in the videos, you've probably seen me loads of times go, oh, you're right, Kathy. She attends a lot of games, bless her. And she always walks through the car parks, give us a smile. And she's a superstar. Loads of people ask her for pictures and everything.
She met everyone. I mean, like I said, I think she just started working for Manchester United just after they won the European Cup in the 60s.
68,
yeah. It's unbelievable in terms of service, and knows everyone, knows the club inside out, and is. It just goes to show when you're for her role, receptionist at Carrington or what have you. To have the sort of impact that she had is just a testament, really, to her tenure there and her contributions and services to the club. It's just unbelievable, and obviously will be sorely missed. And an adored member of the Man United family, absolutely. I mean, just you see the tributes, everyone, how many a who's who of Manchester United icons coming out yesterday, paying tribute to her. So, very sad news.
Yeah, and most recently, I know I saw Rio did a piece with her of TNT when he went back to Carrington, which is sort of done the rounds again. It was amazing at the time as well, but now she's sadly passed away. It's even more fitting because she's just so full of life, so happy, so charming, so caring. And you hear, like I said, you read the story about what David Beckham put on his caption as well about what it was like when he was a young boy coming to United. So rest in peace, Kathy. Our thoughts are with Kathy's friends and family and the whole Manchester United community. And someone just said there in the chat, I do hope they do a 1 minute silence at the game. I can't say for definite, I don't know, but I really do hope they do as well.
Silence,
I think they probably would,
applause,
or at least black armbands.
Like
something. They would. I'm sure they would mark that. I'm sure they would. But we shall wait and see. But yes, onto today's show. Alphonso Davies saga is starting to saga. There's now a timeline of events. There's now what's going on. There's now will he, won't he? There's an offer there, but it hasn't been accepted. We want meetings. What's going on, Owen? And who's saying
this is quite interesting because you've got kind of two different things, and there's been obviously the reason we've been linked to Alphonso Davies because he's out of contract in the summer at Bayern Munich, and because of that, Manchester United looking to sweep in. Reportedly, Real Madrid, previous to Manchester United, looking to sweep in, but there were developments yesterday suggesting he was going to stay at Bayern Munich, and it comes from. I mean, the guy for Bayern Munich, which is Florian Plettenberg, you can talk about him for other transfers, going, not reputable. When it comes to Bayern, Florian Plettenberg knows what he's talking about.
That's his bag, mate.
That is his
We learned that from the Harry Kane thing.
Harry Kane thing. He's playing the
from
Super
that
Cup
day
tomorrow.
forward.
Yeah, he's on the touchline. Okay, so so he has said FC Bayern have made significant progress regarding a contract extension with Alphonso Davies beyond 2025. Negotiations are ongoing and positive. Key figures already discussed, but some more details need to be clarified. The focus is on a new long-term contract. In terms of salary, Davies has made significant concessions to Bayern. Further crucial talks are set to take place before Christmas. It's not a done deal yet. Now, he says that Manchester United are also aware that Davies is likely to sign a new contract with Bayern. Now, in the past, you would say, well, if Florian Plettenberg is saying that, and Manchester United are aware that he's going to sign a new contract, in the past, Manchester United would just give up and go, well, we wanted it, we tried it, it's not going to happen. According to another report from Christian Falk, Manchester United are not giving up just yet. According to Christian Falk, Manchester United have asked Alphonso Davies and his manager for a meeting in January. It goes into, once again, talking about how in the summer, obviously he's going to be a free agent, but United can negotiate with him from January 1st. Therefore, that's why they want this meeting with him. Bayern, according to Christian Falk, have not accepted this demand of 60 million euro per year salary and this 15 million euro signing on fee. But at the same time, Florian Plettenberg is saying concessions have been made on Alphonso Davies' part. But it would appear, Flex, it would appear that maybe Man United get wind of the news that he's probably going to stay at Bayern. He's probably going to stay there. He's probably going to sign a new contract, etc., etc. But then, you know, Omar Barada, as we know, picks up the phone and says, you might as well take a meeting. Now, it must be stressed when it comes to Florian Plettenberg versus Christian Falk. I would lean way more to Florian Plettenberg on Bayern matters. Christian Falk, look, yeah, I always remember when he said Ralf Rangnick's not coming to United, and then like a day later, the one that done him, or hours later, it was announced he was going to United.
Didn't he have a Haaland one?
He's had a few, and the worst thing is his gimmick is true, not true.
Yeah, and he had to say false or something. You had to put
Christian Falk, not true, basically. So, but you know, as we get closer to us being actually legally allowed to talk to him, we're trying to talk to him. So
yeah, I think with one of these is I definitely would always lean more towards Plettenberg for sure. I do you know what it is? I trust us as a football instructor now because we've got competent people to know when to leave the chat. That's basically, you know what I mean, leave the group chat or know when to, you know, swoop in and try and put an offer down. And not waste time. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. I do, as a fan, in my personal opinion, I think it's probably gearing towards more he signs a new contract. So I'm not getting giddy and excited of like, please just go on, guys, make this happen. Oh my God, this is, you know, if obviously Alphonso Davies is a fantastic player, and if we got him, it would be great. But with that's a big claim from Plettenberg that they expecting him to sign. It's, you know, bit of formalities there. Man United are also aware that they expect him to sign. I would lean more towards him, but I also have faith that again, football can keep changing, right? So long as it gets into the January the 1st and he hasn't signed a new deal, that's when Omar Barada and people like that can pick up the phone and start to entice or have a real go at what's going on. I mean, they can start to do that from now, I suppose. It's the 6th of December. I know they can't formally offer him something or whatever, but they can put a feeler out there, hence why they're saying let's have a meeting in January if you haven't signed yet. So maybe it's really loose. Maybe it's, you know, expressing an interest, letting them know that, listen, we are there. If you haven't signed by January the 1st, we'd like a meeting with you. We want to talk about what that could look like. But we do have to be careful, which is why I trust the hierarchy, that we're not just used as the leverage. Because if you're Alphonso Davies, and we've seen a lot of players do this, start to run their contracts down. You look at Trent at the moment, Van Dijk, Salah, they've got all the power. They've got all the power. They can do what they want. They can wait for how long they want. And I know it's different scenarios, but you can say what you want in the media, drop some little clues, play around a little bit.
Salah's,
you know what I mean? Salah's just doing the most because I just think because he's bored. They're winning all the games. He's scoring. Arne Slot don't care because it's not affecting his performances one bit. It's not affecting the team. He's just having a little mess about. But, you know, Alphonso Davies could be doing the same thing or could start to do the same thing. Not suggesting he's a bad egg or anything, but just like, it's leverage, isn't it? If you're his agent, you're going, well, we are going to go and talk to Man United. They are there. You know, keep us on the string for as long as you need.
It's not just necessarily a football thing as well. Lots of people say, you know, at the end of contracts, they want to explore free agency, what free agency would look like, right? And they want to see what offers were available. And sometimes, until the time comes, in Alphonso Davies' case in January, you want to see what's out there. And you want to see what offers actually do get put down, because at this stage, you get to the territory, like you said, where it's a lot of agent talk. So United talk to intermediaries, representatives, and they say, well, if he were to come, we'd be willing to offer this. And then the pushback is, well, put that in writing then. Well, we can't right now. I have to wait till January. Let's wait till January then. Let's see what you'll put down. And it's no coincidence too that one of the things that was a talking point, a sticking point, according to Florian Plettenberg, was salary, and about concessions being made about salary. So you do say, well, I know United are interested in me. I could go to Real Madrid, or I could go to here and then see if Bayern put up the salary. I mean, I didn't realize actually, Flex, until the summer when we were looking at De Ligt and Mazraoui coming into United. I didn't realize actually Bayern have got quite a few players on some bigger salaries than you would think. You would think, because even when De Ligt came over and we were like picking up the salary, you go, oh, Bayern, because we're just so used to us in the Premier League and Manchester United overinflated salaries. But I looked at Bayern's salary, so I was like, bloody hell, actually, they've got
some big earners, man.
They've got some big earners. So I guess he would look at that and go, actually, I want a bit of that. Thank you.
Of course he will.
Particularly when you got other clubs interested. So I don't know. The only reason I'm almost entertaining the idea that we could get him, I suppose, is a credit to the people that we've got running that side of things at Manchester.
And look at the Euro thing as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because previously, I wouldn't even entertain it. I'd say, look, he's going to stay at Bayern. If he goes anywhere, he'll go Real Madrid. That's about it. We've got no chance. We've got no clue. Now, because we have swooped in before and got deals done that maybe we didn't think we could get done, you go, actually, fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm entertaining it. But the interesting one with this, Flex, is obviously if he would come in, you go, right, he's the left wing back in the Amorim system, blah blah blah. I would still be like, though, January, we still need to get like an emergency left wing back. It doesn't. We still can't afford to wait till Alphonso Davies comes in. Basically,
no. We have to. We need a left-sided player. I saw Reguilon sitting on the bench yesterday for Spurs. As Abby was saying yesterday on the show, like Reguilon's there. I forgot he was even there, and it's true. Like he's just still sitting there. I'm not saying. Well, actually, I think I am. If we need to emergency, I am saying that if we need someone. But I know he's been so far away, he hasn't played. But he's just on him. He's just been through the mill, isn't it? He's done 6 months at United last year, 6 months at Brentford, or not even 6, probably a little bit less. From the January to the May, like he's just hasn't secured a move in the summer, thrown out to into the wilderness. Must be a shit situation for him. But I mean, I'm not saying Ruben Amorim's going to go there again. But you're just looking at attainable people that are just there. Could you just get him in to be a body for 6 months? Yeah. Would anyone say no to that again just to get him in? He wasn't amazing by far. He played against Bayern, didn't he, for us?
Yeah, he did.
Palestri played on the other side, did it?
Well, that's what I'm saying about January in terms of what's attainable, what's feasible. And I know obviously people talk about strikers and stuff like that. I think if you go into January like essentially emergency loans, you know what you're going to get in terms of quality. You're going to get like a Weghorst type, aren't you? Yeah. So when it comes to a striker, you're going to get someone probably not going to score any goals. You're just there to someone to play up front. When it comes to like a wing back or a left back, you can get all right. You know what I mean? You can get all right. And you have seen when Malacia plays, just the benefit of just having someone that's naturally left-footed.
Just left-footed and wants to go that way, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The only thing with Malacia is obviously not just that he's been out long, but just the skill level. Like, can you create? Can you... What's your output? And it's been hard for him because we haven't really had a chance to really, really see.
He did much better on Wednesday. I think.
Yeah, he did.
He did all right in the first half. I'm just, by the way, I just looked at the Bayern salary thing again, and it is surprising. So
what we got? What's Harry Kane on?
Well, Alphonso Davies, to start with him, he's on about 180k a week, right? Which is which is a lot, right? For reference, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 players on more money than him, right?
Really?
10 players,
they got
right?
10 men more, yeah.
And some people are on Harry Kane's on about 400k a week, right?
Yeah. What's Musiala on? Oh, he's got to get a new deal as well soon, isn't it? Though.
Yeah.
So he might not be on that one.
I think he's on less. I think he's
because he's about to get the new deal. They want him to sign a new one. Yeah. So.
Manuel Neuer at the right page of 39. Yeah. He's on £335,000 a week.
He should be though. He's a goat.
Thomas Muller, again, older player, £327,000 a week.
These are legends, mate.
You've got Joshua Kimmich on 311k a week.
Yeah.
Serge Gnabry, 300k a week.
Raw! Serge Gnabry's on that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be on that.
Kingsley Coman 270, Leroy Sané 240,
And his deal's running out in the end as well.
Yeah, Elise just signed 215k a week. Goretzka.
Wait. That's what did Elise get? 214?
215.
Oi, listen, man. I mean, look, we shouldn't be surprised because this is big clubs we're talking about.
That's why when you sign, you know what I mean? When you sign now recent. Goretzka, 207k a week. Kim Min Jae, close to 200k a week.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it's most of the team, bro.
So there's a lot of players there above it. So you can see why, like Alphonso Davies would look at that and go, this guy's nearly earning double me or more than double me, you know. And I'm not, he's not like I'm Harry Kane or anything like that. But you know, there's
So what's he on now? Davies is on 215 a week. He's on what now?
He's on 180k pounds.
Saying 260
because you've got it in euros.
Oh right, okay. That's So he's 100%, and you can see it. Why would you not be at the table asking for that? And that's the thing. Bayern, the Bundesliga doesn't have money like that, but that's why Bayern have been and always will be the powerhouse. They nick everyone's players from the league, and they all say yes mainly. Whether it's the best players from Dortmund or Leverkusen or wherever, Wolfsburg, whoever it may be, Eintracht Frankfurt, whoever's doing well, mate, you're in. And it's simple as that. I
think that's more players over 300k than us, isn't it, at this point now?
Yeah. So, I think Alphonso Davies will probably hang around as long as possible to secure the bag there. I mean, he does seem to really like Bayern. You know, he's obviously I don't watch Bayern every game, but the vibe you get is, you know, that he enjoys it there. But you never know. Like maybe he wants to change. But if Real Madrid do come knocking as well, I don't know, man.
What's the Real Madrid salary look like?
It's got to be mental. But then they've got a lot of young players as well there. It's got to be mental. People like Modric, Vinny, Jude.
Well, bear in mind they had like Eden Hazard on just like 500k for like to do nothing for like 3 years.
Yeah. Courtois, Rudiger.
They've got 4 players over 300. Obviously the person on the most is Mbappe. He's on like 500k a week. This is pounds. If you were to guess the second highest paid player at Real Madrid, who would you say?
Well, because you're asking me that means it's not Vinicius.
No, he's third.
I'm gonna say Modric.
You would be
he's been
wrong.
there ages.
You'd be considerably wrong as well. Modric's really low down.
Really? I know he's old now, but I just thought he'd be on a big boy contract still.
I think it's because he's accepted a new contract. He's been doing year
well,
at a time.
Jude, they'd probably put him on.
Nope, you'd be wrong.
It's not Rodrigo. Oh, Valverde. He's been there.
You'd be wrong.
Fucking hell. Rudiger.
You would be wrong.
Courtois.
You would be wrong.
The right back. What's his name? It's Carvajal.
You'd be wrong. I can see why he like left where he left to sign this contract. It's kind of mad.
It's not fucking Hendrick, is it?
Nope.
Rodrigo.
Nope.
Who is it? Valverde. Oh, Camavinga.
No.
Chouameni.
No. David Alaba is on
Alaba,
£359,000 a week.
Right, and he's been out probably the most. Where's Militao?
Militao's 233.
Shit, man. Wow.
Jude Bellingham, £332,000. He's on exactly the same as Vinicius. There you go.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Everyone was saying it there. Look, everyone's like, whoa, damn, can't believe it. No one thought it would be Alaba.
He's £360,000 a week. Signed in 2021. I think that was a free transfer, wasn't it? I think
it was. Yeah, I think
get that free
from
transfer.
Bayern. Yeah, and he's had such an awful time with injuries.
Really has. Yeah,
had a good return, and that Militao's had an awful time with injuries too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need players. Do you know what? Actually, in the history of the Tottenham, because I was watching their game last night, couldn't expressions couldn't come out because we lost. So it's a lay your weapons down for a game week. We both lost. We're both in the mud, which was annoying actually, because if we could have got something out of Arsenal, we could have. But anyway, we have been linked with that.
It's different, though, isn't it? It's different.
I know it is Bournemouth away. If I really wanted to, I could have.
You could.
I could have.
There's wiggle room there.
Yeah, Jason Bournemouth FC, all that. I could have.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, I was like, it just didn't. You got to do it when it feels right in the heart. People were at me straight away. Flex expressions needs to, and I was like, no, I'm not feeling it today. It needs to. I need to feel it. I'm not going to force it. It needs to be at the right time. But anyway, We have been linked with that Kirkes at left back.
In the summer,
And
yeah,
so,
we were linked with him. Yeah, I remember.
I know he's on the list. And you know what? I was thought, it's a perfect chance to actually, watch him 90 minutes, apart from when they play against you. He's good, man. He's good.
It's good. He scored at the weekend as well, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, he did.
And I remember we were linked to him in the summer. And you know what? It's so funny, isn't it? Because whether or not those links are accurate, by the way, let's say they are, and Man United were actively looking at him, then you would, I suppose, give credit to the United scouting department for identifying him. Because I remember actually when we were linked to him in the summer, the general reaction was, who? And then we watched him in like the Euros, didn't we? And we were like, I don't know. Yeah. And then now he's had a good season for Bournemouth. Bournemouth a good side. They're a good side.
Yeah.
And yeah, he does.
They should have won by more last night. I was watching that game 90 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, Spurs did have some chances in the first half, like kind of close, but in the second half, oh my god,
that is why we're Spurs. And I know this.
You literally said it. Straight after they finished against City, you said no.
It doesn't matter. Like it does not matter. Like the Spurs, they beat City. Like I see, we went to the Etihad 4-0. No one else could do that. And you go,
Fuad with his bazookas.
We're him on FCM going, something smell like shit. It's you, your team. That's what smells like shit, Fuad, honestly, because you'll do what you always do, which is
Fuad, man. He was ballied up with fucking bazookas.
Yeah. And then he didn't win the next two games. I got a point.
Lost against Jason Bournemouth. The next two games after that, and now they've lost this one. They ain't won since.
Literally.
And in their last, I saw a stat. Their last 6 games or something. It was like City, like in the middle, like this W, and there's just like loads of draws and losses. The history of and then you get Ange again losing his head, going to the fans, giving it.
In the post-match interview, just head down, look at the floor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
couldn't write it.
Typical them. So, but the thing is with that, in all seriousness, obviously we've got to play them in Carabao Cup, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What's that? A couple of weeks, and you still don't know what you're going to get because you don't know what you're going to get with them, and also you don't know what you're going to get with us away from home. It's funny actually that Arsenal game on Wednesday, because it kind of did live up to, I guess, what we kind of thought, which is, look, we haven't won away from home against a big side, top 6 side,
Spurs.
Forever. Forever. We have not done it in forever, so we weren't necessarily expecting that, but. And this really, I suppose, shows where our standards are. Stands on the floor 2024. But the fact that we came out of it and we sort of went, but we didn't get battered though, did we? You know what I mean? Yeah. And we weren't played off the park. We just couldn't handle corners and set pieces.
Exactly. So if we play like that against Spurs, we'll get more. We'll get chances against them.
And the frustrating thing is with the corners and set pieces is like, we spoke about it a lot going into the game, and I know that it's a cheat code and can you do that much about it, but it was also a little bit where it was like, do look at the goals we did concede from the corners. They weren't undefendable corners, were they?
No, they weren't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was like, silly. Well, we didn't manage that well enough. So I think that like I said, there are positives coming out of that game, and you go, look, Arsenal, they'll be competing for the title. So like you said, going away to Spurs, you go,
look, we have to to go for it. It's in the Carabao Cup, mate. Just fucking go for it. Like, there doesn't need to be, obviously, the team, and we want to, play how we want to play and stuff like that. Not just go gun ho and forget the principles, but we need to be committing. Like, it's different in the league where you want to kind of stay in the game a little bit, try and nick something. It's win or bust, mate. It goes to penalties. Like, just go for it. Spurs.
And same in the FA Cup. There's no replays, isn't it? It's got to be decided.
Go for it. Go for it against Arsenal. Go for it.
And it was one of those ones too where you watch that game and you see how United played in the first half. All right, drop off in the second half. You get beaten by a better team, but you do go, well, actually, you know what? I'd like to see where we are in 6 months of more Amorim coaching, or I'd like to see where we are in a year's time after a summer window. I'd like to see how we operate. So there is in me a bit more optimism to sort of say, actually, you know what? 4 games in, we are different than what we were 4 games ago. Not a lot, but that game at the Emirates would have been totally different under Erik ten Hag. It would have been. You would have been spaces, gaps. Losing the ball transition, we'd have been like, bloody hell. We'd have conceded 5 off the corners. But
then again, though, last year under Eric, I'd put until it capitulated because we brought Maguire and Evans on. If we're being honest, we were saying right up until Garnacho. What was that? 80th minute, maybe, when that disallowed goal went in.
Yeah.
We were in like that was an even game.
But that was like
and I
beginning
left
of
the
last
Emirates.
season, though, wasn't it?
It was. That's what I'm saying. So obviously, but I'm just saying at that point, obviously, yeah. By the time we got to the end of Eric, if we'd have been toast,
it was
but
madness.
it just shows you how quick football changes, yeah. Because I swear to you, Owen, when I got out of the Emirates, when I went down to the Emirates just last year, yeah, the Arsenal fans were going, you know what? You're building something there, though, with Eric Ten. I could see, because I remember the first like half an hour of that game, you had Eriksen coming into the pocket, so Nana was popping it into him. They were sitting on. It was a bit like, oh, doing all right. And, you know, there was a bit where
they were wrong.
Yeah.
They were wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We weren't, unfortunately. We hoped we were, but we weren't, you know. And I don't know. I did see, and look, we might be wrong about Ruben Emery. Maybe in 6 months' time, 9 months' time, 12 months' time, we go, I'll tell you what, I thought coming out of that Arsenal game, we were going to be all right. And then it all went to shit later on. You never know these things. But I did see encouraging signs on Wednesday, and I didn't think it was all negative. I just thought, again, it's just a reality check of where we are, isn't it? Just we're not that team to go away to a side that's competing for the title, and you know we can't score goals.
And that's the thing, yeah. That's what we really want to add in. Of course, we can't add it in now, but having that belief of getting chances away from home against a big team, being on the front foot. You know, City away last year, what did we scored the Marcus Rashford rocket, and then that was it. We just sat in and we were just waiting for the inevitable is what happened. Far too many times we always do it. Liverpool last year, fair enough. We didn't have loads of chances, but it was 0-0. The right result for both teams, but again, couldn't get over the line, couldn't score. Just, year before that was fucking 7-0.
Andrew says in the chat, no, they weren't wrong. Our defense was good, but our attack was bad. Categorically, they were wrong because we finished 8th last season. When Eric Ten Hag got sacked, we were 15th. I don't think we were building something positive under that one. I know that there are still people that, you know, might be salty because they still like Eric Ten Hag and all that. That's totally fine. But we cannot rewrite history and be like, but we were building something. Because if we were building something positive, Eric Ten Hag still have a job. He still have a job right now.
Joe Blackman says, you can't say that, Owen.
I can. I can.
Joe Rama says, Flex wants Ten Hag back. Confirmed.
you know what I mean? It's like we were not building something. Like maybe you could say at the time they might not have been wrong in the sense of that's what they thought and there were signs. All right, fair enough. But last season, that was what, 4th game last season, wasn't it? Something like that. Yeah. 4th game last season.
Really early. It was our second away game. We had Spurs and Arsenal.
Exactly. And that season,
lost both.
That season, and then the beginning of this season was evidence that we were not building something positive.
No, it went worse.
Because whatever we were building, we had to knock down again.
Yeah, but we had injuries. Yeah, but all the injuries kicked in.
You know what I mean? We were building. They go, well, we were building something. You go, well, the structure was built out of shit. So you know that's not ideal, is it? So
yeah,
we had to start again.
Daniel Luciano says, next stop, 350 likes. Keep smashing it. So let's go, guys. We're at 335. We're also at 1,300 people watching, which is really good. I don't know, guys, don't be afraid to send in your members chats. Use your perks. I don't think there's been any members chats so far. Oh, that's a super chat. But I was going to say, use your perks. If you want to send a super chat in, feel free, of course. But your members chats, it comes with your UV membership. So use your powers, guys. Use your perks. And Just Kicks is the first super chat of the day as well, of the morning. Says, good morning. All want, have I missed? Love the show. Good morning. All want, have I missed? What have I missed? Love the show. I'm going to say, you mean that?
What have I missed? Yeah.
Yeah. What have I missed? Well, you've missed us talking about David Alaba, about how much money he's on, and Alphonso Davies about how much money he probably wants, and do we think we're going to get him or not? Then we've spoken. We also obviously gave an amazing tribute to Kath, who sadly passed away. Just Kicks, you've missed that. And we've just gone on to basically cussing Spurs, saying we could have a go against them. And Owen basically telling all the Ten Hag sympathizers to be quiet is what.
Well, look, Dwayne says here, he says, no, he wouldn't, Owen. I'm not sure what I was referring to, but he said, no, he wouldn't, Owen. The owners can make the decision on who and when they sack someone. We couldn't score goals. How many of Eric Ten Hag's squad survive? I think more than less. Well, right now, yes, the squad does survive because you can't sell anyone. I mean, it's not ideal in December going, look at all these Ten Hag squad members that have survived. They're still, they only got sacked a couple of weks ago. You know what I mean? And as far as going, no, he wouldn't have. I'm not sure what I'm saying. What was I? I can't remember what I was referring to at the time. But there's already, you saw David Ornstein in the deal sheet he put out the other day. The people that already there, people being earmarked to leave. Casemiro, Anthony. You're already talking about people that we signed this summer, even people that would go. Oh, if Xerxes doesn't pull his finger out, maybe he
Ericsson will be gone.
Ericsson will be gone.
Probably.
That's that. Well, that. But even if
Johnny
you take out
Evans.
the Lindelof one, that's 4 Eric Ten Hag signings I've mentioned there.
Oh, well, the signings
could be on the way out. So I don't know if like now's the time in December when there hasn't been a transfer window and a significant one. The summer one's the big one, isn't it? Of going, look how many of these Ten Hag squad members have survived because, well, obviously. They're not going to go anywhere, are they? You know, that's not what it's going to be.
Nessie uses his members chat. He's been a member for 29 months, by the way. Big up to you, Nessie. He says, my members chat is dedicated to Kath, with a love heart emoji as well. Absolutely. Big up to you, Nessie. And V33 says, Ruben needs to counter the lame corners in the FA Cup. Yeah, the FC Cup.
Might be FA.
It must be FA Cup, isn't it? Yes, he does. When we go back there in January, we know what we're going to face.
How would you combat that? Because I've seen people sort of saying that, because like I mentioned with those corners, obviously they are a cheat code and it's no coincidence. They do it every single game. They scored all these goals from corners. But I did feel, I do feel that, like I said, when you do look at the goals that we conceded from those corners, you go, could Højlund get maybe that first header? And there was one where Xerxes flicks it on and has to get nicked off the bench off the line by Ugarte. Do you think it's combated by just going, look, you can't do zonal marking against Arsenal from corners?
Well, it's funny you say this. I was looking into this and I saw West Ham do man for man and it was chaos because I was said this the other day. I was like, just go man for man, just battle. Then it becomes about winning against your guy. But they did man to man and it was utter chaos and they just lost the men. The defense of this system, the same way how the system is implemented is only good as the players in the system for scoring it. It's the same thing. So you can have a plan, but it's going to come down to how effective the players are in executing it, whether it's defending or attacking it. So Arsenal's routines are so good that not just because of the way it's thought out, but like I said the other day on FTV, because of the personnel in it, Declan Rice doesn't miss with where he puts the ball. Saka doesn't miss with where he puts the ball. And the players also don't miss in terms of, creating blocks and making sure somebody is free. Then it's down
really good.
Then it's down to your execution of can you score? And sometimes, we see them miss. Partey miss one. You see a lot from Gabriel where it goes just wide, or so they don't always score it. Yeah. But they more than often get a chance. So I think it's something we really have to think about. But nobody's managed to do it. I was saying go man for man, but they load so many players up there that it is sheer chaos. Onana came and caught one, which was good, but other than that, he got nowhere near the rest. So the keeper's always in trouble because of where the ball is placed and how many players are in there. That is impossible to come out and do it unless someone thinks of something genius outside the box and say, right, all of your players, like you say, go man to man and go at the far post and nobody's at the front. Or you go, well, they are all going to come running this way, so let's all stand at the front post. I don't know.
Well,
like I said, run away to the other side. I don't know.
I don't. And the thing is, I think there was just a bit of saltiness that we lost, to be honest, because I saw, the criticism when they go like Arteta Pulis or we lost to Stoke or whatever. It's just bitterness that we lost because let's face it, if Man United 100%. Won the game by 2 corners, we'd be like, oh, look, genius, know. So, and I'm surprised more of it's not made from other clubs. I mentioned this in the full-time view and going into the game that I think it's crossover from other sports. You have in the NFL and you have special teams, or you have literally just choreographed design plays of offensive linemen or wide receivers, and they run certain directions. People block off certain people and then get the ball to them, score a touchdown. It's the same principle. And to be honest, I'm surprised that it's not done more often, or it's not thought about more often. I know now there's the rise of the set piece coach, and sometimes I suppose you get results that are like that with Arsenal where it's really working, or you get results like sometimes with us where we go, what does the set piece coach actually do? Because we can't beat the first man from a corner. But I don't know. I think once someone figures it out, then you would probably start to see it,
people start copying it.
People start copying it and all that. But it works. But you know what it's also about? Like you said, yes, it's about the players attacking it and stuff like that, but the delivery is so important. You need that player. And I suppose to an extent, it used to be the same for us. When you had like a David Beckham in the team that can literally pop the ball wherever you want, and it will be the same every single
Yeah.
time. You can have 15 corners in the game, and if you say hit the near post every single time, he will hit the near post every single time,
So
no problem
same with
whatsoever.
Ward-Prowse. Yeah, when you get somebody,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly, and that's the problem. We don't have that. And Ahmad's shown a few promising signs in terms of deliveries as well. I don't know why we don't let him take more corners,
Yeah.
in general. But Bruno, so many times,
God.
front post. For someone who's got good technique and can strike a ball properly, because you know he can. He doesn't have some really bad corners so consistently, and I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I really, really don't. On Bruno, actually, I did want to bring up something because BBC Sport does a bit of a stat on Bruno, and because a lot of people said against Arsenal, yeah, he was indifferent. A bit of Bruno ball, giving it away, wasn't great. Some people said he was steady. He's been trying to slow things down a lot recently, but this is just a stat I want to talk about. In all competitions, Bruno has been involved in 11 goals in his last 10 appearances at Old Trafford. 4 goals and 7 assists, having had a hand in 6 goals in his last 4 Premier League games, 2 goals and 4 assists. He's never scored or assisted in 5 in a row in the league at Old Trafford, while Marcus Rashford was the last Man United player to do so in the 22-23 season. But that's neither here nor there. What my thing is that actually the form of Bruno of being involved again and actually getting goals and assists, we are hyper-focusing on, his overall play. We want more, etc., etc. How much of that is, well, yeah, Old Trafford, we played Leicester a couple of times, rubbish, that first 5, we've got 5 against bloody them the first time, 3 the second time, 4 against Everton, they're rubbish. How much of it is that, or no, he wasn't playing good before, we're asking after this big contract, we need him back, and the numbers are starting to show.
It's weird, isn't it, with Bruno, because... And this is where, look, you do sympathise, I suppose, to an extent with Erik ten Hag, because I don't think the positions that Bruno's been picking up the ball in, or the opportunities, have actually been all that different. Remember earlier on in the season, it was like Bruno hasn't scored for the first 5 games, he hasn't got any numbers on the board, but he had chances. Remember the first game of the season against Fulham, should have scored twice. Exactly. So I think that maybe that's the difference of it. I still do say, and I mentioned this before the Arsenal game as well, I don't like him in like kind of 8 position. Yeah. It just worries me, because I know he was more disciplined, and people are pointing that out, going, you said Bruno couldn't change, and he has been more disciplined, less, long balls, only been occasionally, and he's playing it more simple, which is fair. I'll give him that, but he does have that ability to lose the ball in the middle, and it can leave us very, very vulnerable. And I would be interested to see what happens if in the summer we do go after, an 8 sitting there alongside Ugarte is the long-term option there, and what that would mean for Bruno, and what that would mean for Bruno. Because I still say I think he's better further forward, and he's better in the inside 10. I know last week today, KG was saying about Amorim doesn't want him there in the 10, and then he played there against Everton in the 10 and did well. I just don't know if I see him. I don't know if I like him that deeper.
I mean, just in our midfield in general, I really want us to go and get another 8, right? That is like Ugarte, not like as limited on the ball as Ugarte, but is also just as physical as him, but can play. Because we got Kobe, who you can argue isn't the quickest across the ground, but has exceptional ability with his feet. I don't mind that. He can take the ball on the half space, in the half turn, play the ball with both feet, and not necessarily long range passing, but he can keep it crisp and he can drive with the ball. But I need this team overall to have a lot of physicality. When you put Casemiro in there, don't get me wrong, if it's compact enough, he can fly into a few tackles. But again, getting across the grass quick, being first in the press, being able to go high, being really mobile. I want us to have another midfield. I essentially like our 2 8s to be like that. Not completely void and can't pass wind. I don't just want just somebody who can run. Oh, just go and get a Fred then, Flex. No, I want that perfect player with the profile who can play a pass. They're good on the ball. They can take the ball, but they can get about. Because I actually want 2. I want Ugarte and another who are just really good at getting about. They can go and put out fires. Left-hand side, go help out the wing back / left centre-back. Right-hand side can go and do the same. So we've got 2 in there. And then in them 2 10s, that's where I think we need some killers. I think we need some people who are sharp shooters. Obviously got to be mobile and quick on the counter, but they make good decisions. They can score goals. They can create goals. They've got a good, clean touch in the inside spaces. You know what I mean? They're clean on the ball. Bruno, like you said, I think the future would probably... I'm with you. I want to see him further forward. He has adapted. I'll give him that. Loads of games. I've seen him going, look, just calm down. I've been in Old Trafford and fans are going, oh, why is Bruno hurry up? Do this, you know, and I'm not saying it's made him outstanding, but I have seen him almost not battling his own head, but like
no, he's
literally
that's what
like,
Ruben Amorim said. Ruben Amorim said he has to battle himself sometimes because he wants to go over the long ball all the time. You know, that's what he wants to do.
So I have seen him try and change. I have.
Yeah. This has kind of changes the conversation a little bit. And by the way, we're less than 100 likes to 500. So if you haven't already hit the like button, we can get to 500 before we wrap things up. You mentioned with Harry Maguire, yeah, and it's not said Harry Maguire's the future and blah, blah, blah. But how many times have we said, yeah, his crossfield switch? That's Maguire pass. And against Arsenal, he did like 2 of them or whatever. And you go, bloody hell, we're in here. We're in. Bro.
Because De Ligt doesn't really have that. De Ligt has made a couple, actually, when he's had like loads of time and space. Like he's hit a couple, like Old Trafford, I think he hit one last game. I think it was against Everton, he did one. But anyway, Maguire, 100%. In a back three with a lot of protection, he's not 1v1 versus a striker. And if he is, it's like, by winning headers because he's surrounded by 2 other centre halves, so that striker can't really do much. Yeah. He's all right there, and and as a ball playing centre half, you know, he can step in when he needs to and play. You know, he can hit that crossfield pass. This system will suit him.
The rest of the time he's here,
100%.
He will be an option. Absolutely. The only thing, I don't know if you saw the clip. This is again from one of the corners because they were defending zonally. He's standing there with his arms out.
Yeah,
like
I saw that. Yeah,
and he just stands there with his arms out like this, and he's like, stick to the zone, stick to the zone. So look, he's not long term. It's not given a new contract. And I did see a story the other day saying he's hoping, you know, about his contract and all that. Man United should not be giving Harry Maguire a new contract.
They should trigger the extension now, though, so we can
try and sell him. Absolutely, to try and sell him.
Do what we did with Fred that time.
But I suppose, the concern is that
he can sit on it.
Maguire could be one of those ones that sits on it because he wants to, because he backs himself and believes in himself so much.
And if he stays by digging his heels in, he will get games. People get
and he'll get games.
And he always does prove it and proves that he's all right.
But he's not a long-term option.
But then Owen, hear me out. Obviously, we got to get better. But Johnny Evans is going to go. Lindelof is probably going to go. So you can't get rid of 3 and bring in 3.
That's what he's banking on, isn't it? That's what you know what I mean.
No, that's what I'm saying. So really, you have to go and buy a centre half anyway because Evans probably that will probably be it. Surely that will be it this time. And then you go and get the young, quick, the guy who can do what we want, or really we need to go and get another left centre back. Really, maybe they might even go back in for Brentford again. Let's be honest. Even though I was cussing him last week, but whoever, because let's be honest, between Leacher and Shaw. I know Leach is only out because of a yellow card this time, but he needs to beat the allegations this year, really, of the injury prone since Kenny said it. And Shaw is a write-off. So we've only really got one natural left centre-back. Mazraoui is auxiliary because he can do it all, because he's good enough. But if you really want to go and get another centre-half, Mazraoui, you're going to have to go and get another left centre-back. So if Evans leaves, Lindelof is done, let's be honest. He's going to leave. Is his contract up as well?
Lindelof, I think, Lindelof's is because I think they triggered the extension. Yeah.
Oh, they triggered the extension last year, so this will
be this will be a free. Yeah,
and they're not going to give. So that's and Evans will leave on a free. So in order to encompass those 2 leaving, we have to buy one good centre half. So you've got Maguire, who's competent. He ain't going to start.
And again, considering the system we now play, you do need the abundance.
And then we're going to need money for a left back, permanent, proper, good one. Money for a top level striker. Money for another 8. That's 3 where you got to spend.
Unless it's one of those ones where they do trigger and sell Maguire and they basically buy 2, but they're asking them to do it. They're asking them to.
How much money are you going to get for Maguire in the last year as well?
Versus like 20 million, maybe something.
That's what I'm saying. It might not be enough.
It makes me laugh though, because all you have to do is mention his name, Maguire, and there will be, I haven't even checked, but I guarantee there will be a couple that are just like, fuck him. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. Staying. The thing is, you didn't even say staying. That's the other part of it. Didn't even say staying. You just went, I tell you what, he did all right against Arsenal. He'll be an option whilst he's still here at United. Oh, this is the problem.
Yeah.
This is the problem. You just don't understand. Don't understand. So, okay.
Yeah. Dwayne Rogers says we have 4 centre backs when the old 3 leave. Bring one youth in. Bring youth into the squad and buy one. It's not hard. Yeah, but you say bring youth into the squad. They need to be good. You can't just.
It's not hard. It's not hard, Flex. Dwayne should be manager. It's not hard.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Dwayne, in terms of like simple maths, but who's to say we have a centre back that's good enough? Just because they're young and they're in the you don't just get promoted. You don't just get handed out. You know what I mean? First team appearances like sweets just because it's cute. Like, you have to be good enough, man. Look at Harry Amas. We were like, tell you what, left wing, but this kid can do something. Like, nah, not yet.
Cambuala.
Cambuala was like, yeah, maybe. Sold, mate. You know what I mean? So we didn't even see that coming.
No.
Ruben said, International says, Eric Ten Hag needs persecution for crimes committed versus Ahmad. United Love says, you need your tallest, best header of the ball free to defend the near post and your keeper to punch. Easier said than done as they crowd the box. Yeah, exactly. And International says, and those that blocked Eric Ten Hag should be done as accessory. Backed Eric Ten Hag. And Descent of the First Cracker says, why can't it be the opposite? Instead of amazing offensive play, why can't it be that was amazing defensive play? What, against Arsenal?
For the corners, for defending from the corners.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is you have to kind of know what they're going to do, don't you? You know.
Yeah,
probably.
Exactly. Show says Flex doesn't want just runners, but midfielders who have tech as well, but defends Mount to the heel. In the 10, I do, because Mount's played his best football in his whole career in the position we're trying to ask him to play in. So there's evidence that he can play there. We're trying to shoehorn Bruno into a position he hasn't played throughout his whole career and what he's not known for and is not going to be conducive to what we want to do. In that 8 position where you want 2 destroyers so people could get about and give us protection, that is what I want. And then in the 10s, you know, Mason Mount can create. Mason Mount can score goals. Mason Mount is mobile. We haven't seen it here, and maybe we never will. Maybe I'm completely wrong because he won't ever find that what he found at Chelsea. I understand that, but I'm not basing it off of something we've never seen him do before. That's why I just believe that Amorim, if he stays fit, can get that out of him from what we saw at Chelsea. I could be completely wrong. And I'm willing to be wrong, but I just think I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, show. Dan Watson says, morning, boys. Very off topic, but where is the black coat from you were wearing for Arsenal game? Oh, wow. That's just a Zara. I've had that for years. Need to get rid of it, actually.
Do you want it?
Yeah, do you want it? Yeah, it's just... Yeah. The Bray says Bruno had a football career before Sporting Lisbon. Flex. I know that, but where we've seen it, guys, what I'm saying is Bruno's done his best work in the 10, creating goals. Yes or no?
I don't like playing in the 8. I don't know what I'm saying. That's where, if you're gonna use him, that's where you get the most out
exactly. Of him. Bobby G says that you guys think it's unfair that they have 2 players' sole role is to block the keeper and not play the ball at all.
Is it meant to be? Do you guys think?
Do you guys? It must be, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think that's unfair. As long as it's
that's what we want.
Rules, exactly. You know, it's for the defenders and the goalkeeper to deal with. You put someone in there to move them out the way, or the goalkeeper, you push them out the way.
Yeah, exactly. And Glenn C says on the corner thing, what if instead of facing the corner taker, the defenders face the Arsenal players so they can see where they're coming from? Yeah, but the problem is that though,
but then they lose the ball.
Yeah, and then you lose the flight of where the ball is, and then you're just focusing on a player. The ball comes over your head and drops here, and you don't know. You can't do that. You need to know where the ball is. Rule number 1 of defending needs to be able to see both. So there you go. Right, guys, well done. 461 likes. I'm pretty sure we can get 40 odd likes on the way out, guys. You lot can do that. Get us to 500. 1,400 people watching, which has been a great show as well. What have we got coming up? We've got the Trinity later on. Don't miss out on that. I did actually forget on my head, actually, like that coming later on. Because when I was like, what we got? I was like, oh yeah, Friday. Trinity coming up later on for you. Of course, we've got the preview going out as well for the game against Nottingham Forest, so don't miss that. And of course, tomorrow is match day. So loads going on. Keep it locked. Smash a like on the way out, guys. Take care. We'll see you on another show very, very soon this evening. Take care. Peace.